Listen to my story. I shouldn't be here. He shouldn't be here. Half of these people shouldn't be here.
Earlier this year, we met Gord Smythe in his bachelor apartment. He was being demo-evicted, something he wasn't really against.
If we were over there now and I opened the door and went in, you would see roaches everywhere. Ability, I get $12.50 a month for my support. The average rent in the city is like $1,300. But you go to bed at night wondering, will I wake up the next morning? It's hard. And it's not getting easier. Not much to look at, but it's home.
54-year-old Gord Smythe was served this eviction notice. The reason given says, I intend to demolish the rental unit.
I prepared myself for homelessness. We need affordable housing. We need affordable income.
Smythe and the other residents reached out to low-income advocacy group Acorn Hamilton for support.
The least that the landlord could do is give them a place to stay, especially during COVID. And
Mattis Group, a Halton-based company, is giving the residents 3 months' rent. They have until June 30th to leave the building.
I bought a wagon to pull behind this. I've got a tent to go in it, a cot. It's big enough that it'll fit this and my trailer because stuff's going to go missing.
468 James Street North falls just outside the boundaries of the city's authority to enforce affordable housing to new developers.
They're not doing anything wrong legally. This is the issue. They can legally come in. They legally have to offer us at least 3 months rent, and that's it. They don't have to offer us anything else.
Acorn's Veronica Gonzalez says the city has to step in.
like through Acorn, we can advocate for them, but it's really up to the city to make some regulations and protect the tenants from these predatory landlords that are coming in and rent-evicting.
Affordable housing isn't here. You've got 500 units across the street sitting empty.
I want to ask you about your building, well, your apartment, and what is happening to you right now, and also like what you do and what does that do?
The N13 is an order to vacate the property for the purpose of demolition.
Okay. Now, is the landlord offering you to come back?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. They offered us the last 3 months in rent, which
Okay.
they gave us our 3 months notice. So basically, they indirectly said save your 3 months rent because, you know, you're going to need it.
Yeah. And right now, like, you.
Is this an okay time? Or?
Yeah, sure.
You good? This is your tent here?
This is our encampment here, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what's your name?
Gord Smythe, they call me Papa Bear.
And how long have you guys been here?
Well, we've been here since August. We've been here since August, beginning of August. Prior to that, all over the city, you know that.
And what would you say is the cause of your homelessness?
Well, I had a company, I had 10 investors, hired Mattis Group out of Burlington to demolition our building and build a 7-story, 80-unit condominium starting at $389,000 each. So March 2nd of this year, we got our N13s issued to us and we had 3 months to move. I knew the building was up for sale for many years, so I've already started 3 years ago looking for new places, and there's just nothing here that's affordable. So we started preparing to be homeless, and I bought a generator, I bought a trailer for my mobility scooter, bought all the cables, all the connections for all the electrical, Ninja Foodie so we can cook on, shower, bathroom, everything that you would need to survive.
So you're, from all the people I've seen around, you're one of the more prepared setups here.
There's not too many camps that are set up like this, and yeah, I had time to prepare to be homeless. I knew what the money was. I knew how much rent was these days, especially in 2021. The average place is $1,400 a month. I can get $1,255 a month on disability. So I have to look after myself. I have to do that. And it was a no-brainer. I had to prepare to be homeless. I knew for a fact I would be homeless.
So usually when I ask people their winter plans,
Yeah,
it's something other than living in a tent because they don't have this setup.
right.
What are your winter plans?
Well, my winter plans are pretty much the same. I mean, we hope we get into some place before the snow flies. That's what the city's trying to do right now. In the meantime, I'm tarping off the entire place, top to bottom, reinforcing all the ceilings. I'm going to hang old blankets on the inside of those tarps, and once they're up, I'm going to tarp again, and that should be enough insulation for us. Keep the roof nice and thin so that the heat we generate in here melts the snow off and it doesn't collapse on us, and hope for the best, hope for a mild winter. They would come down, they would say, okay, you're the first on the site, you've been here for 12 hours, whatever the case may be, your 14 days starts now. They come back on a Friday, they say, just a reminder, you've got 7 days left and you have to move. And then they would come back on the last day and say, okay, that's it, you gotta move. And you would have to move by 12 o'clock in that afternoon. Now, in August, it was just before Labor Day? Just before Labor Day, I believe. They came down, and I called the Hamilton Encampment Support Network, and they came down. We had a nice big gathering here. We told everybody what the situation was, why we're homeless, why we don't want to move. Me for my health conditions. I have heart disease, I have COPD, I have osteodegeneration in my lower back. What else? Heart disease, diabetes, I can't think of half of it.
It seems to me like even though they're doing things like, giving people hotel rooms and trying to be proactive and help people, it seems like there's still even more people on the streets than there's ever been.
There's far more, and there will be. And the reason being is right now they're trying to create a new bylaw that isn't just downtown oriented, it's citywide. And what that does is any new investors or any new landlords that come into the area that purchase a building that already has residents, they have to relocate them to equal or greater accommodation for the same price. Right now that only applies downtown. Unfortunately, in the north end where my building was, that law doesn't apply. The other problem we have now is that a lot of these applications for demolitions and renovations, or as we call them, renovictions, demevictions, they're all grandfathered because a lot of the people, they applied for these permits back in 2019. So any of those buildings that were bought with any residents in them, find a tent.
Yeah, I see them everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
It's happening all over the place. We've got what we need here to survive, except for a house.
right.
We got to stay warm this winter. Just anybody watching the video, for God's sakes, humanity's gone. People don't need to live like this. They really don't. There's no excuse for it. I mean, even people such as myself being out here, we shouldn't be here. My house was purchased from underneath me. It was affordable housing. There is no longer any affordable housing. If you're in that situation where you're in a low rental unit right now, especially in the city of Hamilton, that you're paying $750, $850, $950, hold on to it, because guaranteed if they renovict you, demovict you, or purchase the building, your rent will double and it will no longer be affordable.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Gordon, Papa Bear.
Papa Bear.
All right. Thank you very much.
And Mama Bear.
Here's Mama Bear.
That's Buckley. And this is Daisy.
It's very warm, and this is how I plan to winter.